put me in. I think the mic is working now.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's coming out.
Yeah, go ahead. So we're saying, but not so night. So saying, but no night.
No, no, it's good.
It's a good thing, John. Yeah, yes, he said, see, you got.
How it is, you know, when
Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday.
every week.
The mic is on now. I'll just mute the mic because no one is talking. Man, sengivulile sikwane.
Thank you very much for joining us here at Kingsmead Cricket Stadium, Hollywood Bets Cricket Stadium. Welcome to everybody. Sorry to get us here involved and commentators. My name is Mduduzi Mbata and I'll be speaking to you guys throughout the whole third and fourth playoff and also the finals that is going to be coming on a little bit later, about 6 o'clock. The atmosphere is really, really amazing out here at Kingsmead. Beautiful day out here in Durban. As we see here, we've got the ETA Shields versus the Crushers in a very, very exciting game. As we can see, the Crushers are 106 for 7 after 16.4. An experienced young man, Jason Biddulph, has just come into the crease. A guy who plays for Crusaders, one of the big clubs here in Durban, and he will be facing his first ball. These two teams are obviously playing for pride here, third and fourth playoff. We know that the final is coming up at 6 o'clock. Surefire Lions versus Hollywood Hotshots. I think when the first tournament first started, most people were hoping that those two teams would end up on top. And they are definitely the two teams on top. Jason Biddulph plays a sweep there. Gets one down to square leg. .1 overs left here. The team will probably be looking at about getting maybe another 10 more in each over. 140 odd. Could be defendable on this deck. Late cut there. And that's the over up. 3 overs to go here at the Hollywood Bets Cricket Stadium. So how this whole format works is that 10 overs are bowled from one side and 10 are bowled from the other side just to cut off time. As we can see that most teams obviously bowl with the bigger boundary. But in the semi-final and the final, they've made it that every single over there is a changeover, which has been exciting. But it's a tactic that teams have been using throughout the whole tournament where the one side is shorter than the other and the first 10 are bowled from one side and the other 10 bowled from the other. As this is a semi-final, a third and fourth playoff, both sides are used. New bowler just came in, dot ball here. Justin Usera here bowling. Looks like someone really quick on the crease. Not too much of a gather, but a little skiddy bowler here. Medium pacer. Jason Biddulph goes for a big shot there. And splashes off the bat all the way to third man for 1. During this period of the game, the teams will obviously be looking to strike boundaries as there's 2.4 overs. Justin running in. He's pulled straight to square leg and caught. Justin picks up the wicket. The Crushers are 8 down now. They've just lost the wicket. Crushers look like a team that's pretty top heavy. When you look at their top 3, Ishan Naika, Rob Freilink, ex-Dolphins player, John Smart, who's played for South Africa in the Proteas, Slade van Staden. These are all players that are playing professional cricket or have played professional cricket, and very dependent on that top order. It looks like they'll try and get a pass score, probably looking at about 130 here. It's been a really, really good pitch. And with exactly 15 balls left, run a ball will get them to about 125 odd. Justin running in with 3 balls to go. Tando Ntini tries to get off strike, and it's a dot ball. Justin bowling a really, really great over here, the 18th over. Justin doing a really good job for his team here, restricting the runs as the Crushers are looking to get a defendable score up on the board. One there by Tando Ntini, hits it through the covers. It's been really, really interesting looking at this innings that the middle order really didn't play a part, and it looks like the bottom order has to contribute. Oh, Jason Burhoff goes for a big shot there, trying to go over extra, misses the ball, and that's a dot ball. A brilliant over here by Justin. He has bowled 2 overs for 13 runs for 1, which has been really, really good to see. Little skiddy, medium pacer, doing the job for his team. Change of over there, and as you see the skipper, Prelenan Subrian, picking up the ball, but it looks like he'll be giving the ball to Cameron Reid. Will be bowling the 19th over here for the ETA Shields. ETA has played a massive role in putting this team together. The sponsor of this team, ETA, a sporting institute that produces a lot of behind the scenes people, specializes in studying anything behind sports from different courses. A really, really good institute. Cameron Reid runs in here to Tando Ntini. Tando picks up one to deep square off his legs. An eventful day out here at Hollywood Bets Cricket Stadium. A day in which has brought a lot of different people together in terms of the cricket fraternity here in KZN. Club players, school players, professional players. Well bowled by Cameron Reid there, Yorker length, and Jason Biddulph unable to target the short boundary. The field is set very, very interesting. As we can see, they've got 5 guys out, deep square, cow corner, long on, long off, and sweeper. Justin running into Justin Biddulph. Well bowled once again by Cameron Reid. A low full toss that Jason Biddulph isn't able to hit, and plugs it in the mid-on region or mid-off region for 1. Tando Ntini facing Cameron Reid. It's interesting at the back end when we look at the variations that players go for, and it looked like Cameron Reid, they went for a slow ball that worked. a very interesting period in the game right now. I think a lot of batters make the mistake of trying to hit every ball, whereas you can pick up a single by making sure you get a run every ball. Tandantini goes for a big shot, inside edge all the way to deep square for 1. Good shot by Jason Bidoff all the way to the sweeper on the offside. Brilliant, O'Brien. They may come back for 2. Really great running there from these two. Putting pressure on the fielder. Longer boundary, obviously, to the right side of the field looking at the screen. And they were able to pick up 2 great running from that team. Last over to go. 6 balls to go in the innings. The Crushers on 114 for 8 after 19. Main contributors in this team so far, Rob Frieding, 33. Someone who's really played a really great role for this team. And also a guy who shared a lot of experience with up-and-coming players, making sure that the team does really, really well. Justin running in. Thunder goes for the big shot all the way to deep. Cow corner, well stopped by Jason. Jason Smith plays a massive role for the team there in stopping that boundary. And they come back for 2. Great shot by Tandantini. Exactly 5 balls left in the innings. Tandantini, Justin bowling. Another wicket by Justin. Brilliant stuff. He's bowled really, really well here at the back end. The Crushers are 9 down now, 116. It's been really, really interesting to see what their lower order and middle order have done. They were off to a great start, and unfortunately the middle order hasn't played their role. And with 1 wicket to go and 4 balls remaining, Justin is going to be bowling to the new batter, Ackerman. I would like to welcome Dev to the studio where we're going to be commentating. Dev, how are you?
Dizzy, thanks so much. Yeah, all good. Excited to see how this one's going to play out. Not a big total to chase down.
Dev, what's your take on chasing such a low target? Do you feel like the team should go all guns blazing up front, set it up for the back end, or just bat normally and see how fast they go through? What's your take on it? I've always had a very interesting experiences when it comes to chasing low totals.
Dizzy, I think just go about it the way you used to do it. I think if you scored normally 140 plus in this competition, to chase down a total of 120 should be quite easy.
Dave, it's a very interesting thing that you bring up there. When we look really closely, it's 120 runs and 120 balls.
Yes.
So that means the team would obviously have to be smart how they go about chasing it. But we mustn't take that away that it really is just a run a ball. So
Run a ball game, yes.
Yeah, so a lot of teams get carried away chasing such a score. But at the same time, wickets up front can put pressure on the batting team. So this is going to be very interesting to see what the Crushers do in terms of the bowling side, but also the ETA Shields in terms of their approach in these 20 overs.
I still feel the Shield should still take advantage of the power play to get ahead of the game as good as they can, and then from when the field is out, the runner ball factor, if you had a good power play, becomes much more easy.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Dev, especially with the two fielders out and the rest in the inner ring. The batting team obviously should explore those power play fielding restrictions. But it's going to be an exciting one. Last game for both teams in the tournament. ETA Shields would like to finish third, and also the Crushers have had a good tournament, and they would also like to come third. They have the likes of bowlers like Rob Freiling, who's very well known in this format, and also players like John Smut, who's also good in the spin department. It's going to be an exciting one, and we're super excited as the players walk onto the pitch to give us an exciting and last 20 overs for their specific team in this year's Milk Stowart T20 Bash Dolphins T20 competition. Anyone, Dev, you think we should look out for in this team? In the ETA Shields batting lineup?
Obviously the Dolphins players, your Jason Smith, so Brian has been good with the bat for them in this competition. And I think if Panele holds the willow good today, he can take it home for them.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I'm also very curious to see who's going to open the bowling here for the Crushers. And I think
It seems like it will be Ackerman.
Robert Ackerman, eh? Do you know anything about Robert Ackerman? Where is he from?
Dizzy, it's my third month in Durban, so my knowledge of the club teams is not that strong, but from what I've seen in the previous games, he bowls well, he hits his areas, and maybe he can nick off one or two earlier.
Dev, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What team you think is winning this game today?
That's a rough one, Dizzy, but I would like to see the Shields run away after their bowling performance to run away with this game.
So you're going to go Shields to chase
I'm
down
going
120?
Shields. I'm going Shields, Dizzy.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think the power play has a massive, massive role to play here. I think if the Crushers pick up early wickets, the game could be really, really interesting. Not only is it a low total, but also the last game of the tournament and the scoreboard pressure playing on such a prestigious field like Kingsmead.
You're 100% correct.
Ackerman.
Yeah, so
I think what the Crushers do have going for them is the experience in their bowling lineup with Robbie Freilich and a John Smuts and a Tando Ntini. That's a lot of experience that knows how to defend a low total on this ground. As a batters walk out here. Dizzy, what do you think? Do you think this wind is going to play a factor?
yes, definitely the wind does play a little bit of a factor here. Not too much, but you're obviously when you're looking at the bigger boundaries. and obviously utilizing that in terms of hitting the ball into the wind. That's going to be very, very interesting, but also it could work to your advantage hitting with the wind to a shorter boundary, and it's going to be really, really interesting. But coming out to bat first, it looks like it is Jared
Mitchell.
Yo,
We
Jared
struggled
Mitchell.
earlier to decide on how we're going to pronounce it, and we went with Mitchell.
Mitchell, yes, it's going to be Jared Mitchell against Robert Ackerman, and opening the batting is going to be Jared Mitchell and Junaid Saeed. The stock standard field is going to be set here, a third man out and deep square, with the slip very, very clear and evident.
They want to break
Yes, that's exactly
quite
it.
quickly.
That's exactly it. That's the exciting thing about this. I feel like the power play will determine this match. Here runs in Rob Ackerman.
Short, single to the leg side there. Dizzy, apart from the cricket, there is an unbelievable vibe here for this T20 series today.
It's been absolutely amazing. It's actually so fascinating to have seen school players interacting with club players and also professional players coming all together, and the crowds that all pulls brings together the KZN cricket fraternity really nicely.
Ackerman short again, pass short 45 for 4. That's a great way to start.
Junaid Saeed there plays it on the leg side, goes all the way for 4, pass short fine leg. What do you think the plan would be, Dev, with Robert Ackerman here? His lines, specifically when we look at him having a first slip.
With the deep square out, we're not quite sure. I think the first 2 balls, they obviously wanted the catch at deep square to go. But the last ball he bowled is, I would say, is the best line to go with if you have your slip in place.
Yeah, the last ball was really, really good there by Robert Ackerman, running in nice. Look how bustles in here. It looks like someone who hits the deck. It's very interesting and fascinating to watch.
That one is played down to third man. Tandontini picks it up, and that will be a single. It's almost a slingy action he's got.
Yes,
going.
very slingy action.
Can be skiddy on this hard deck.
It's very true. And let's actually talk about the pitch there, Dev, a little bit. What's your take? Have you been out there, seen the pitch? What's your take on the pitch?
We both were out there earlier. It's hard. There's a lot of grass coverage on it, but I don't think it will affect the ball that much. I think the surface is good. Like we said, it's a deck to chase a score on here. So it'd be interesting how it holds up for the final later on.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting, especially the teams are going to be playing under lights. That's going to be really, really exciting. 6 o'clock start. It's going to be the Surefire Lions versus the Hollywood Hotshots. Both teams have very strong players, and it's going to be exciting to watch.
And what an experience that would be for the school kids playing in that final.
What
Playing under the lights at
Yeah.
Kingsmead.
I know, that's going to be really exciting there. As we can see, Junaid Saeed, who tries to cut the ball back away, and he edges it over the keeper for 4. And that's the first over, 11 runs after the first over. And Robert Ackerman, who was probably looking to get a wicket in the first over to put pressure on the 88 Shields, they're off to a flyer, 11 runs and over, and 1 over to go. Required run rate right now is 5.8 with 19 overs to go. And the bowler will be bowling from this side is Tandontini, Dolphins player, and this should be really, really exciting.
That's a great start to their power play. Like we said earlier, if they can utilize this power play as good as they're going now, to get down to the last run there will be much easier. Just great to see the stalwart of Rob Freilich still playing in this game.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I think he could be our Jimmy Anderson here in South Africa. What's your take on that, Dev?
Just a small comeback from him there. We'll see how he bowls later. Maybe bowl in 1 over spells.
It's going to be interesting. I definitely think he will be bowling a little bit later.
As Tando and Tini runs in. Back of length, dot ball. Jared Michaud eyeing the leg side here. Ball angling into him. Back of length, just guided down to third man for single. And that brings Saeed back on strike.
Dev, what's your take and motivation for the guys in these last 18 overs, 18.4 overs left in the tournament? And how's the tournament been from what you've seen?
I think if you're playing in this third place playoff, it's with next season coming up, it's opportunity again just to state your name for next year. Take a few wickets, score a few runs in the draft coming up. It will give you a bit of an upper hand. I think it's been a great turn as
Tando and Tini picks up a wicket. What a wonderful wicket there. Nips back onto the top of the stumps. Tando and Tini picks up the first wicket for the Crushers. This is going to be really interesting, Dev. I think this wicket could make a difference in this game.
Straight through the defence.
Straight through the defence. Junaid Saeed bowled by Tando and Tini, and coming in at number 3 will be Jason Smith. Someone who's really hasn't contributed in this tournament, Dev, and I think that he owes his team runs as they're in a situation where they would like to chase this down.
Do you think they'll bank on his experience here?
Yeah, I think he's the type of guy who can take the game to the other team. Not only can he rotate the strike, but also is able to hit boundaries. This is going to be really interesting. He normally comes in the middle order in the professional setup, and here he comes in number 3, first 4. And it's going to be interesting how he goes about it. But Tando and Tini, they really enjoyed that wicket. Nipping back, hitting the stumps.
A beautiful delivery.
Beautiful delivery. And he looks a little bit fired up here. I think it's going to be very interesting because a good battle between the two of them who currently play for the Dolphins.
These are the matchups we dream of in this competition.
That's exactly it.
Strength versus strength.
That's it, Dev. This is going to be really, really interesting. Tando and Tini versus Jason Smith.
And I think coming back to your earlier question is... it gets the best high school kids against the best high school kids, against the best professionals and semi-professionals. So everyone gets good experience from it, and so the game of cricket will grow in KZN.
Definitely.
Stronger competition.
Definitely, Dev. I think one of the main things and the exciting things about this is because it showcases the pipeline of KZN cricket, and really, really exciting in terms of seeing what has to come in this region. And, you know, the exciting part is that everybody gets excited. The sponsors come and get involved. Beautiful kit, beautiful fields, and beautiful cricket.
Who's been your standout non-professional player in this tournament?
It's been really, really interesting when I look at the teams that have played throughout the whole tournament. And one of the players that stood out for me, he stands out for me because he's mature and he's played for the Hollywood Hot Shots. Jordan Gregory, left arm bowler. He's been really, 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 really good. Someone who's got a little bit of experience, hasn't played professional, but you can see a person who's hungry and a club player that has put up his hand. Edge down to third man there. John misses it and it goes for 4. Edge all the way down to third man and it goes for 4.
That's is that 10 of the over there?
There's one ball to come. Remember he bowled the wide earlier in the over. But yeah, he's been a player, Dev, that's been really interesting to watch. And yeah, it's just...
One guy, the one batsman, Grobler.
Yes.
He hit a few big names to very far parts of the fields.
It's been very interesting. Both guys that we've just mentioned now are from the club system. These are players that are not in schools and guys that haven't played a lot of professional games or any professional games. And this tournament sort of allows people in the club system to stand out, put up their hands and be counted in trying to ask questions to get into the professional team. There's no more B teams anymore, so the club players are the ones that filter into the system, and they will be the guys next in line for the professional team. So that's been really, really good.
And
to
a
watch
lot
and
of them
see.
has put up their hand to say, I'm here for the counting. I'm here to compete, and they play in that manner. They're playing very competitive cricket against professional players.
That's very, very true.
Ackerman also excites me. I think he's slingy, he's nippy, and I think he can do a job.
Coming into bowl here now is really good action there. Very clean action, very good action as we try to find out who exactly is bowling right now. Craig Slimmer coming into bowl here.
Do you think it's family of old Luke?
It could be misfield there in the covers. 1. Jason Smith gets off the mark with the 1. Looks like a really good action there.
Very
Jeff.
clean action.
Very clean action.
I think he can shape the ball a bit.
ETA Shields.
ETA Shields look in a very good position here. Ashlemer runs in. Dot ball there. Good shot straight to cover.
Dev, a lot of these players don't get the opportunity to play on such a field, professional field. Would you get nervous and stuff playing on such a field, or it doesn't really matter? What's your take?
I remember from schoolboy cricket, every time you got the opportunity to play on an international stadium, you get that little butterflies. Even though the competition doesn't change, the venue does add that additional pressure. I think it's more of the occasion than the game itself.
Yeah, it's very interesting you say that, Dave. A lot of the guys don't get the opportunity to play on such a nice and beautiful outfield and field in general. A lot of top players, top teams, international teams, domestic teams, many teams have played here. It's been really exciting to see what they have showcased here, specifically on this field.
Schlemmer bowls another dot ball straight to cover there.
Jason looks like he's trying to get himself in here. It's a very good deck, as you can see. He's coming off nicely off the bat. I think he's still summing up the conditions, seeing if he can get himself in. I think the ETA Shields will be in a really good position if someone like Jason Smith bats through the innings. They've had a good start, 7 runs and over, 7.1, which is not too bad. 20 after 2.5. So Craig runs in for the last ball. Jason runs it down to third man.
I think Jason's just buying his time here, not rushing through this power play, waiting for the scoring options and then utilizing. I think he's skilled enough in that way to bowl the innings, especially if you're only chasing 101 runs to win.
Yeah, I think the viewers out there would like to see Jason playing his part for this team, entertaining the people that are watching the TV. Welcome to everybody who's watching here on Pitch Vision on this beautiful Saturday, all the way here in Durban. Beautiful skies, beautiful ground, beautiful teams, beautiful people, and what a great atmosphere we've got here at Kingsmead Hollywood Bets Stadium. Tando Ntini running in here to Jason Smith. Oh
Great
my, what a
shot.
beautiful shot by Jason Smith over cover for 6.
Exactly what we came to watch.
Wow, Pitch Vision, we need a replay of that. Wow, what a beautiful shot. Jason Smith over covers for 6.
And effortless.
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 You know, I think Dev, when you look at a shot like that, you know, your traditional, you know, cover drive, you know, over the inner ring for 6. What a beautiful shot. I think a lot of people get carried away with trying to smash the ball when it comes to T20 cricket, and it's been really, really exciting and fascinating to watch when players like Jason Smith play shots like that, because there's still space for good cricket shots, specifically in this format of the game. What's your take on that, Dev?
I think you're correct there. I think if you go over to how David Malan goes about his innings for England, just plays good cricket shots consistently, and 3-4s is as good as 1-6 in an over. So
Wide
Stander
ball
bowls
there.
a wide down leg there. Good take by the young keeper.
I think Tando's trying to,
Cramp his space,
Cramp
trying
his-
to
yeah,
hit him in
that's
the
it.
hip there.
hit him on the hip there, put him a bit under pressure, and he looks like he's running in here a bit. It's going to be really exciting to see this little competition between these two players. Jason putting Tando and Tini under pressure. First ball going for 6.
Full into the legs, squeeze out to the onside there for 2 runs. Must be a very nice bat if that went for 2 runs, I do.
Very, very nice. David's very, very interesting. Something I've really thought about, especially in this format, is, putting the bowler under pressure in the first couple of balls. As we can see now, they're already on 8 runs of 2 balls. There's still 4 balls remaining. How do you think Jason should go about playing the next 4 balls?
1s and 2s will definitely help, but if the ball is still there to hit in the power play, hit it. If you get your 20 in the over from a bowler that's missing his mark, utilize that.
That's very, very true, Dave. It's just really, really interesting to watch, because Tano got hit for 6 there, then bowled a wide, and then they ran 2, and then they've just run 1 now. So at this current over right now, it's been a really, really good over in terms of putting the bowler under pressure. And remember that the fielding restrictions are still putting
In play.
Yeah,
Will
in
Tando
play.
use his experience now against a lesser experienced batsman to close down the over? Yes, he does.
really, really good bowling there by Tando and Tini. I think when we look closely at this plan by him, a lot of bowlers can get complicated when it comes to this sort of bowling in this period. But nothing beats bowling on top of off stump or just outside, fourth stump. Trying to hit the top of the stumps always puts batters under pressure. And let's see what Tando comes up with now for the rest of the over. 2 balls to go.
As he run in here to Mitchell. Again, back of a length on off stump. Guided down to third man for easy single. And that's another thing, Doozy. If your partner hits 6, hits a 4, do you feel sometimes players think they should join in with the fun, or just do what Mitch did now and just guide it down, get off strike, and watch the fun from the other side?
Yeah, I think it's understanding what role you have to play at that specific time of the game. If you feel like the guy who's in, you should give them the strike, then give them the strike. Well bowled there by Tando. Obviously going
Full
for
and
the block
straight.
hole. Yeah. It's been
Good
really-
way to end off the over there.
Very, very, very good. Yeah, it's an interesting one, Dave, what you just brought up now. I think when we look at it, I think it's an understanding of the role that you play at that specific time. But, nowadays, there's overs that are called matchups. And those matchup overs means, if it is a matchup and you feel like you can hit the bowler in that specific over, then you can obviously go for it. And, 15 plus over puts your team definitely on the front foot. But well played here by Jared. He's played a very, very good role here. He looks like someone who's just trying to rotate the strike, get the other batters on strike, and an anchor specifically in a low total like this. We've got Craig Slemmer running in here in the 4th over.
Bowling to Jared Mitch. So he shuffles across. Quick single.
Really, really good single there. Jason looking for the one that's really, really good. Good strike rotation. And as I said, I think Jared knows his role that he's playing for the team here, and that is to obviously rotate the strike, get the bigger hitters to get in and hit the ball. But I'm very curious to see how Jason goes about it. It's been a really, really good power play. Last 2 overs in the power play. And you want to obviously, put the bowling side under pressure. If they go out of this power play with about 50 odd. That's 17 and 9 balls. But let's see how Jason goes about it. Or he could just play it out normal. Let's see what they do. Jason goes for it with a beautiful shot.
Advances.
That's it. He decides to take it on. It's going to be really interesting, as I've said. The last 2 overs in the power play, Dev, are going to be really, really interesting how they go about it. They have the license to go for it. They've lost 1 wicket. And it's going to be really interesting how they go about it, because they can really put pressure on the bowling side by going out there and really trying to hit these last 2 overs to put the other team under pressure.
Just mentioned about matchup. I think Jason Smith knows he can take this bowler on and just capitalize in these last 2 overs of the power play. As he gets a leading edge there, pass point misfielded for single. Fielder there at point, diving on our newly laid pitches. The families are still coming in, Doozy.
There's jumping castles out here at Hollywood Bets Cricket Stadium. There's marquees, there are tents, there are braais, there are people looking good and having a great time. A festive sort of atmosphere out here at Hollywood Bets Cricket Stadium. Please come down. The final is going to be at 6 o'clock. Shorefire Lions versus Hollywood Hotshots. 2 teams that have played really, really good cricket throughout the whole week, and it's going to be exciting to watch.
And they are playing an exciting brand of cricket at the moment.
Both teams have had players score hundreds in their team, so this is going to be really interesting final. Oh, full
Slow
toss
ball,
there. Full toss.
And Jarrett just missed out there.
It's going to be very interesting. There's exactly 7 balls left in the power play. The maximizing of the power play is something that I think the ETA Shield should go about. 7 balls to go. And I think 45 to 50 should be a good target for them.
Slammer runs in. Appeal for LBW, but maybe just outside there, Doozy.
Yeah, I think it just hit him outside there, but a great shout there. Very, very interesting. Dave, when I take a closer look at that shot selection, the ball was there for him to hit down the field, and he opted, obviously, to go to cow corner. And these are the small technical things we look at, specifically when we're looking at guys trying to hit the ball in the white ball cricket and T20 cricket, where there's still room and space for people to play good cricket shots, and that one should have gone down the ground. But as a youngster, maybe he could have watched and seen what Jason Smith did the previous, or in that over where he hit it.
He already scored his boundary in the over. Just get down to the other side again.
That's very, very true. And that's just understanding your role specifically at the time of the game. New bowler into the attack.
Ackerman, a brilliant save at backward point. Bit of confusion between the batsmen.
Robert Ackerman, a really, really interesting bowler. Looks like he hit the deck really, really hard. Back of a length.
I'm really excited by his bowling, Doozy.
It looks like there's a bit of pace behind it also. He's type of bustle in, hit the top of, hit the deck, back of a length. Let's see what Jason does. 5 balls left in the power play.
Straight to mid-wicket. 2 dot balls. I think this is where the experience will take over. Is will you take on the 3rd ball, or will you just be happy with things as it is? That should be a wide.
That's a wide ball there by Robert Ackerman. It's really, really interesting, Dev. Power plays, a period of the game that's really, really interesting. This 6th over becomes like a death over, knowing that there's only 2 fielders out. Also, the batters also see this as an opportunity to get on top of the fielding team. And I'm really curious to see how Jason goes about it, because it's a great opportunity for him to put his team on the front foot. Great shot there by Jason for nothing.
Straight to cover. Looks like the ball is still doing something.
It's very, really interesting, Dev. As I said, the last over of a power play for me has to be pressure should be put on the bowling side. And Robert has done well in terms of what he's done so far.
Single
Only
there
going for
to
2
cover
runs.
point.
He's gone for 2 runs and 4 balls. They normally
I
call
think
this.
this is a really good over from him so far. Like you said, in the last over of the power play, I think he's doing exactly what his captain wants from him here. Bringing the run rate down, putting the pressure back onto the batting side here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one here. The hot over here. Robert is bowling it really, really well.
That
Great
ball
bowling, great bowling.
angles into his leg stump. Let's see how he ends this one.
I think the ETA Shields will be a little bit disappointed in how they finished off the power play in this last over. 45 to 50 is probably what they were looking for at the end of the power play. But they'll take this. 40 for 1 so far.
As he ends with a great dot ball. Very good over here from Ackerman.
40 for 1 after 6. ETA Shields chasing 120, needing 121 to win.
They need 81 of 14 overs. They're about 1 run ahead on the run rate here. As we see John Smuts coming into the bowling attack here. John bowling. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out as expected. Normal field. Dot ball there straight to point. Single there to deep cover.
The experienced John Smuts bowling now. The new signing for the Dolphins. Very experienced player. Offers a lot to the Dolphins. Top order batter. Spinner with experience. And we are curious to see what he does here. Bowling the first over out of the power play. One out to deep square. John obviously understanding the role that he has to play here. Minimize the runs. Making sure that the scoreboard isn't ticking easily for the batting team. This period here, really interesting period. I think the team here would try to minimize the dot balls, make sure the strike rotation is good, with boundaries in between. The ETA Shields have done really well, only have lost 1 wicket. That's the end of the over. Good over by John Smuts. He's bowled 1 over for 3 runs. These overs sort of bring it back a little bit. The required rate now is 6 runs and over, and achieved is 6.1.
Smuts ending a good over there. New bowler into the attack. So it's Robin Ackerman bowling his third over. Jared hits that one for a single. Short, wide again. Jared running, advancing there to Ackerman. Ackerman running in again. And Jared missing out again. Run rate is just slowing down a bit here. Batsman finding it hard to get off the strike, get the ball through. That's a great shot there from Jared. Picks up a boundary, relieve a bit of pressure there. Great shot there from Jared. Ackerman batting full and straight, dot ball down to mid-on. With a stalwart stops it. Jared advancing at Ackerman, and he plays a beautiful shot past middle for 4. 2 boundaries in that over, just relieves a bit of pressure on the Shields there. Exactly what they needed of that over. Can John bring it back again for them?
John coming back into the attack here. 9th over of this second innings. Well played by Jason Smith. A little tap into the cover region and rotates the strike. I think Jason is one of those players that doesn't face too many dot balls and is able to rotate the strike with ease, which is always good to have.
And I think Jason would like to be there at the end. Short and 6. Great shot there. Looks like Jared has taken on the enforcer role.
ETA Shield's going really well here, 7.2 run rate. Required run rate now is 5.2. It's been really good. Jared is obviously looking and seeing the open leg side field there. There's no mid-wicket right now as John is bowling, turning the ball away from the right-hander.
Dizzy, here's a good matchup for you. Short and wide, single down to deep extra cover.
As I've said, Dev, it's been really interesting. Watching a player like Jason Smith rotating the strike in the middle pair has been really fascinating to see. John Smuts bowling to Jared.
Wide ball there from John and the keeper misses it. This over proving to be a bit expensive. Wide down leg. John just struggling to find his line here to these two batsmen. Good bowling there from John. Jason just squeezing that one out to point. Good bowling there from John just finishing out his over here with the 2 dot balls, which brings the score to 65 for 1 after 9 overs. Jared is on 22 and Jason Smith on 27. Dizzy, do you think these two are going to take it through to the end?
I think Jason owes his team here an innings to get them through into a winning situation. Jason has been one of the guys that have underperformed for their teams, and I think he would like to take it through for his team, specifically today, get them to finish third in the competition. And I know that he would really like to take his team all the way through. It's going to be interesting to see what he does, but right now,
New bowler in?
Yeah, new bowler coming in. But right now, currently,
Decent Nika, us.
Decent Laika, yes, coming in, bowling around the wicket. He's an offie, currently academy player. I've been really impressed with this Jared. Yes, could have done a little bit better against the spin in terms of rotating the strike, but definitely has great attributes of a player that can contribute into the pipeline here in KZN.
I think he played his role in the power play quite good. When Smith was hitting a boundary, was getting off strike.
That's a beautiful shot there by Jason Smith there over extra, double stepping, hitting the off spinner over extra cover for 4. Really good, and great batting here by Jason Smith. What a quality player and what a quality shot from a quality player. 70 for 1, 9.2 overs, chasing 121 to win, and they require another 51 from 10.4 overs.
Smith again backs away, unfortunately straight to cover there. His intentions is clear here, Doozy.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like Jason is trying to rotate the strike and puts
Nike bowls a very
puts
wide
the
ball.
bowler under pressure. That's very true. That's a right ball there by Thiessen.
Might see a reverse sweep coming out to expose that offside even more. Jason just hits that one. And Rob, slow to react there. And they pick up 2. Eight runs from the over so far. As he gets away with a loosish ball there. Let's see how he ends off this over. Jason frustrated with himself there. They just get the single there. So that brings the end of the over. It's 9 runs from it. The Shields are 74 for 1 after 10. I think that's a good 10 overs gone.
Yeah, yeah, you know, different coaches, different players, different teams have different ways in which to look at scores to be on in about 10 overs. Some other teams look at about 100 after 13 overs. What's your take on that, Dev?
I think with the total they're chasing, they'll be pleased with the position they are in. 10 overs to go, needing just under 5 and over with 9 wickets in hand. I think any coach will take that at this point.
With 9 wickets in hand, yeah, that's a big one. I think these guys have played really, really well. As you can see, Craig Slimmer running in here. Jason Smith.
Trying to advance, misses out there. And a crucial dot ball.
Yes, Dave, another thing that I think we need to look at and discuss here, and something I'd like to prick your brain on, and your thoughts, is the field placings and the game plans from the bowling side to a batter. As you could see there, the previous ball, Jason tried to go into the channel and hit it over mid-wicket because there isn't a mid-wicket out. He's got a long on, long off, sweeper, third man and deep square. Jason hits it down to long on, for 1.
Doozy, yes. I think especially if you're bowling towards the shorter boundary, your cow corner, your deep mid wicket is almost needed to try and defend the boundary down there. So very interesting tactic they're going for here. See, eyes that leg side again.
Really good bowling there by Craig Slemmer. I think if he errs a little bit shorter than the length that he's just bowled now, it gives the batters the opportunity to go over cow corner without a cow corner. But his length has been really, really good, really, really full. Players obviously, and they've just changed the field right now. How interesting is that? They've brought up the sweeper, taken back the mid wicket into cow corner, and the field has changed. Let's see what happens now. Very well bowled once again.
Very good ball there. I think your communication with your captain as to what lines you should be bowling with the fields that he sets for you should be very clear. And I think he's executing that quite well at the moment.
It's been very, very interesting, Deb. I don't know, but it looked like a really close opportunity for a run out there. I think Jared sort of gave up, and if the fielder hit the wicket, Thiessen, he was out. And you know, fielding plays a massive role, specifically in this format. Can change a game, and that's a moment of brilliance. It could have changed the game. Beautiful shot there by Jared. A little lap all the way down to fine leg. What a great shot there.
Cricket shot.
You know, that's the exciting thing about T20 cricket. People try these interesting shots, and a shot like the lap has become like a normal cricket shot, specifically in T20 cricket. It's like, you know, your normal block or cover drive.
Batsman's arsenal at this point of the game. And that's the thing. You can set the field as you want, and next moment the batsman walks across and laps you over a short, fine leg. As he cuts and edges it down to third man. Good fielding by the young boy. And it's only a single, and that's the end of the over. score is 82 for 1 after 11. Dizzy, I think my Shields team, if they continue like this, will run away with it.
Yeah, you know, Dev, this game is turning out to be a very interesting game. Not only for the Shields that should walk away with this one, but the Shields have got one of their star players, Jason Smith, stepping up at the right time, third and fourth playoff, and he has played a really great knock here, currently on 36. And Jared has also played his part with 29. So it's a really, really great performance by the batting team. And they still got players like Brian coming in, Tele coming in. So needing 39 runs, we do back the Shields to make it all the way through. New bowler coming into the attack now. Jared goes all the way to cow corner for a couple of bounces. Try to put the new bowler under pressure and is able to get one off the first ball.
I think it's Alvaro bowling here. As Jason cuts him. Picks up another single.
Jason's been really, really good in terms of rotating the strikes. It's been really, really good to see.
It's a loud appeal there for LBW.
Dave, that actually looked really, really close. Looked like it could have hit the stumps.
Maybe just outside.
I think that was really, really close.
Advances, single down to long off. Interesting, we haven't seen Robbie Freilich having a bowl.
That was a really, really beautiful shot there. All the way down the ground for 4 from Jason Smith. Really, really playing his part. 41. And really contributing to his team.
Dot ball to end there over there. As run rate just keeps creeping up there. They're down to 4 and over required. They need... How much do they need, Doozy?
They need exactly 32 runs in 8 overs. And it's been really, really interesting. Jason Smith has played a really, really good knock here for his team. Very mature, very relaxed. The required run rate now is 4 runs and over. They're currently going at 7.4. And it's been really good to see Jason play his part as a senior batter and a Dolphins representative. A guy who knows how to play in the middle period, and he's definitely put his stamp on the competition at the right time. Third and fourth playoff, Crushers versus Shields. Shields.
We see Tando Ontini back into the attack there. Can he create a moment of brilliance here for the Crushers?
Yeah, it's been really, really interesting, Dev, to have seen how the ETA Shields have gone about this very mature batting. And it's been really good to see. I think the Crushers, yes, are going to give it their all right now. But deep down inside know that a moment of brilliance could change the game. But they're going to need it right now.
And we've seen that happen in so many T20 games around the world. As a loud appeal there for LBW. And the umpire gives him.
He's out. Well bowled. Tano Ntini has picked up 2 wickets now in the game, which has been really, really good. Showing his worth. Showing that he is a true professional and a person who can impact his team in a positive way, and that is pick up wickets and play his role as a senior in the team. And he picks up his second wickets. He's bowled 2.1 overs, 18 runs, 2 wickets. Very
Yeah.
well batted by our man, Jared.
Yeah, Jared just trying to walk across there, like we said earlier, and just missed out on a fuller ball there from Tando, executing his skill brilliantly.
I think when you look at bowling, specifically in T20 cricket, Dev, it's been something that bowlers normally talk about. Bowling wicket to wicket, especially in the middle period. If a batter like now try to hit the ball on the leg side or try and advance and you keep on the wicket, you get opportunity to get guys out in different methods. That was LBW. It also gives you the bold option and also for the guy to hit and get caught. So wicket to wicket really, really does work when it comes to a situation where you're trying to put the batters under pressure. And the informed batter for the ETA Shields, Brennan Sobrine, who has been the top run scorer in this competition, someone who's batted really, really well, and it's really, really good to see him coming in at 4, and he's owned that position for this team, and I think he would like to finish off the tournament on a great note by finishing it for his team, needing 32 runs in 7.5. Here he comes.
I think his the work he's done in the off season has shown in this T20 competition. Worked really hard on his batting, and specifically the roles he plays will play for his team in the future. Really good campaign for him.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good campaign. He's worked really, really hard in the off-season on his batting. It's something that he really wanted to upskill himself, and it's been good to see that he's done what he's had to do. And as you can see, an informed batter always finds it easier to get off the strike. And first ball, he hits down to mid-on for 1, and the inning gets going. This is going to be really exciting to see.
Interesting field setting here for Tando against Jason. Let's see what happens here. As they take a single, this might be a quick 2. And Subran sends him back.
Really good fielding there. And also really good running in terms of looking to get 2 there. It's a shorter boundary, so the fielders were able to run in and stop the 2. But
Showing
the
good intent.
That's exactly it. It's been really, really good to see. Guys rotating the strike. But it's been clear plans from Tando Ntini. Brings up the leg side. Only has...
Fine leg goes down, long on, long off. And a third man. You reckon this will be a short delivery? As he bowls a beautiful ball into the block hole. Great skill execution there from Tando. Another guy that had a very good off-season, training his skill and just showing how to execute it.
Yeah, I think, looking at an option like the Yorker is one that a lot of bowlers should really spend time and look to master. And he's looked like someone who's really worked hard on it, and getting the ball into the block hole is always difficult and hard for batters to hit a bowler when he gets and nails it in the block hole. So that's been really, really good to see that he's upskilled himself and now able to bowl that ball.
He runs in here. Another full at the stumps. And that's only a single. That's actually good bowling from Tando at the moment. Just showing what he can do.
It's been really, really good to see. As I said, getting the ball into the block hole is something that a lot of bowlers get carried away with, and it's something that we should just look to master. A lot of variations come into the game, slow ball bounces. But I think really the best option is just to nail it into the hole like he's been. Tando's been really exciting, specifically in this over. There he goes again, looking for the block hole and finds it and gets 1. It's been really, really good, as I said. No complications, very clear in his plans, and that is to get it into the block hole. Let's see what he does.
Dizzy, a question for you, for all the young kids watching out there and then here at the stadium. Do you think, with how the modern game is going for bowlers, do you think kids trying to, like you said, overcomplicate the way they go about their overs, because I see the guys bowling back of the hand slow balls and, you know, off cutters into the deck and wide Yorkers. And do you think they get caught up in trying to execute their skills at a younger level, and forget about just bowling good areas?
Yeah, I think keeping things really, really simple is very, very important. Nothing complicated. So, yes, I think you should have, first of all, have a stock standard ball, your stock ball that you have, and that you back in all situations. And then your variations should be really, really simple. Sometimes you can get caught up in having too many variations and not mastering your maybe one or two. So it's been good to see a professional like Tando and Tini trying to get into the block hole and making it easy for everybody to see that it actually does work. Sometimes trying these different variations you don't master and you could get punished. So yeah, from my side I'd say look at 1-2 options, know your stock ball, and then take it from there.
See Alvaro bowling here again. See bowls to Brian. Brian misses out on a short one there.
Yeah, that topic has been really, really interesting. I've also noticed that even in the batting front, a lot of people try different options, and yes, there is room for that in terms of.
So Brian goes down the ground and just misses
goes for
out.
four.
For four.
Goes for four. A couple of meters short of the straight boundary. Well played by Sir Brian, but a guy who looks free and attacking in his approach today, and I think he's gone at more than a run a ball so far.
Really good shot there from Sir Brian. Let's see what happens next. Length ball there, just one down to the leg side. Yet again, showing some experience, getting off strike after your boundary. Getting the in batsman on strike.
Oh, Dev, I am absolutely feeling the atmosphere right here. It is picking up here at Hollywood Bets Cricket Stadium. People are coming in. There's a beautiful castle corner there. People sitting there.
I even see the Hollywood Bet dolphin walking around the kids there.
Yeah, looks like he's having a lot of great shot there by Sir Brian. It goes for one all the way to deep cover. Looks like he tried to create space there and hit over extra cover. And he splashes it all the way for a couple of bounces to deep square. Deep sweeper. And it is the end of the over. The required runs are 20 runs from 6 overs for the ETA Shields that have had a really, really good tournament. Currently right now playing for third place, and it's been really good to see that they've played their part and should be happy with the victory here if they are able to get the 20 runs from 6 overs with 8 wickets in hand. Jason Smith playing his first proper knock for their team, hasn't scored too many runs for their team, and he chooses at the right time to get his team to finish off in a good position as we draw closer to the final of the Milk-Stout Dolphins T20 Bash 2022.
Here's a matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing. Ntini's to Sir Brian. Smacked really hard down to long off.
That was interesting. Hit it all the way down to mid off there. Long off, sorry. It's been really, really good, and it looks like Sir Brian is bringing out this. He's bringing out the blade here, really to slay Tando and Tini here.
As we see mid wicket going back to the boundary. 3 men on the boundary on the leg side. Full and straight should be the ball. That's a good ball from Tando. Sharp into the batsman as I get a leg by.
Dave, it's really, really interesting, and we brought it up, and I think, Tando and Tini once again has not gone for another variation except for the Yorker. And
Just backing the skill that he knows he can execute.
That's exactly it. So it's been really, really good to see that, and we've really enjoyed it to see him nail a basic skill.
As so Brian holds out to long on, trying to take on Tando and Tini there as he picks up his third wicket now. Doozy
No, it's been really, really good.
yet again just went full and straight.
That's it. It takes really, really powerful batters to be able to get underneath a low full toss.
Especially in this wind, especially in these conditions, you had to hit it really well to get over that long boundary there on the down to long on. But good bowling from Tando. He picks up his third. Great bowling spell. Good to see from the Dolphins' perspective. As the ETA Shields are 103 for 3 after 14.3. That's a lot of threes for me,
Yeah.
for my English.
That's very, very true. Kev, but yeah, talk us through how you've seen the tournament. I know we spoke a little bit earlier about it, but specifically from your side, in terms of what you've seen and looked at and have enjoyed, what would you really say has stood out?
Doozy, from my side, especially from my role at the Dolphins, it's good to see that there's some young fast bowlers coming through the system, some exciting prospects going around, and it's just good to see how good the school kids has done, and some club players looking to get into the high performance programs here we have here at the Dolphins, really putting up their hand, scoring runs, and putting the professional players under pressure. It's a great initiative. I'm certainly looking forward to next year. I think it's going to be even bigger, even better, and the competition is going to be so much stronger.
I think you're 100% right, Dev, and I would like to thank all the sponsors, the people that have contributed to this tournament and bash. You know, we look at all 6 teams have been owned by sponsors, which is good, and really exciting that they've come in to assist the bash. And Mook Stout, Castle, SAB, Mook Stout have played a massive role in putting this tournament together, and their partnership with the Dolphins played a massive role. So we look forward to having this tournament once again. And there, for me, I think most importantly is getting cricket back, where we can get fans in after the periods the last 2 years you've had, getting people to interact, get close to the players being able to interact with other players at club level, school level, professional level. So that's been really, really good to see, and we look forward to the next one that has to come. But we still have the final for this year, so we're looking forward to that one. As Tando comes in, and a beautiful shot there by Jason Smith.
Just showing the full blade there.
Full
Doozy.
blade, absolutely love it. And as I said a little bit earlier, Dave, it's been really, really good to see someone who's come in, had a very simple plan, rotated the strike, and was able to play an anchor and a great role in his team. And this is good to see.
I think we said at the start of his innings he'd like to be there at the end, and here he is.
Yeah, he is. 16 runs to go.
That also brings an end to Tando and Tini's spell. 4 overs, 3 for 25.
Really, really good over there.
Really good bowling.
Very good. It's always good and exciting to see people that set an example. You know, Thunder and Tini's done really, really well for the Crushers here. Set the example as a professional player, bowled extremely well, and it was good to see that he was able to break through in the power play, and then also came back on a little bit later, and he was also able to pick a couple of wickets. Tweedy coming on to bowl here to Jason Smith.
Bowls a slow ball, back of a length. He gets 2. Great running by these 2 batsmen.
Brilliant running. I think it's really important for the first run to be run hard, and it was really run really well here. And it's good to see that the team is looking to rotate the strike, even though they just need 14 runs to win now. They've showed good intent and are looking like they will be getting the W. The ETA Shields are looking forward to their celebrations for the 3rd place.
Very busy there from the keeper.
Yeah, I've never seen that. The keeper ran all the way from his side to the bowler's side to make sure to try and
Great
get the run.
intent, that, Dizzy. We like to see that.
Yeah, it's very,
Never
very
seen before. You'll
never
only see
seen
it here.
before. You've only seen it here at the Hollywood Vets Dolphins T20 Bash, sponsored by Milk Stout. That's very, very interesting. I've never seen that, eh?
I've never seen that happen.
I've never seen that myself. Jason just brought up his 50. That's really, really good. 50 from 45 balls. Played the anchor role. Strike rate of 111. And
Maybe trying to look to finish it in style here.
oh,
Backs away, hits it straight to cover. Fielded there by John. Good to see the older players on the field still moving. Still moving along.
yeah, they have. I think
I must say I haven't seen Robbie Frylich move any further from fine leg to short fine leg this whole innings.
it's been really, really interesting, eh? And he's decided now this game you'll let the youngsters bowl. He hasn't bowled. And you've got also seasoned campaigners and good club players like Jason Puroff not
This
playing.
might be two. As is Jason sends him back.
There we go. We see it once again, Dev, the keeper running to
Great
the bowler's
intent.
side.
Dizzy, I think this should be the new norm in T20 cricket.
Yeah, it's been really, really interesting. The keepers, keeping on both sides of, of the pitch. Yeah, it's been really interesting. Deb, but it's going to be interesting. We've got a very nice competition coming up at the end of the competition. I mean, not end of the competition, of this match. Spectators will be able to come onto the field and try hit sixes. There's a nice machine that we've got, a pop-up machine, and the spectators can come on and try hit sixes. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be down there just to see how the guys can clear the boundary. It's always nice to see it on TV, but for you to go out there and actually strike the sixes. But yeah,
Just gives you a bit of a check on how big these boundaries actually are for the guys to clear and how hard you need to hit the ball.
that's very, very true. And it looks like they've set a very, very defensive or attacking field here for the new batter. And everybody's up except for deep square and to try get him to hit the ball. So let's see what he does. But we all know what's the best thing to do in this position, and that is just to block out this last ball in the over and let Jason face the new over. I think that would be the right thing to do. 11 runs to win for the ETA Shields. It's a great shot there, straight to mid-on.
Unfortunately, a dot ball. Great shot there, good intent. As Tweedy's over comes to an end, 1 over 5 runs from it.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
ETA Shields require further 11 runs to win from 4 overs. This might get tight, Doozy.
Nah, come on. Deb, I was able to spend time with the ETA management, and they were really, really happy with the tournament, and they've jumped onto the Dolphins setup and have created a link with the Dolphins, an institute that a lot of people can go out there and study and look at being involved behind the scenes when it comes to sport. They offer different degrees, diplomas, and certificates. So ETA, thank you very much for joining us here at the Dolphins, and really appreciate what you guys have done. And I guess you guys will be coming out third from what we see today, and you guys have really played your part, and we thank you for that.
Yeah, Dizzy, from my side, great initiative from ETA to jump on board and exposing the players and creating a pathway for them to study. From my side, I built my career through them, so great things can happen for these players. But yeah, it's good to see them being involved, jumping on board, and getting a team in third place here.
Yeah, it's been really, really good, Dev. Sometimes you've got to be realistic in terms of not all of us, or not all players can make it through to the professional stage. And beautiful shot there by Jason.
Great shot there by Jason.
But it goes for one there all the way to long on, well fielded, and really great stuff. But touching back on what I just said now, Dev, I think it's a great opportunity for ETA to build a relationship with the Dolphins and give players the opportunity to study and look for things to do. It's not really guaranteed that you'll become a professional, and we're really, really glad that the relationship has been built between ETA.
Especially going down to your club players, ETA opening doors for the club players to study while they pursue a career in cricket, and creating job opportunity after the game.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Dev. I think, sometimes players can get really, really focused on making it in the cricket, but, it can also release you and release the stress, knowing that you can also focus on studies, get your mind off the game. And it's really, really good to see that ETA have built that relationship.
Clemmer bowling here, dot ball. As they need 9 runs to win.
They need exactly 9 runs to win. Need 8 runs in actual fact from 19 balls with 7 wickets in hand. Currently, right now, they are going at 6.7 and the required rate at 2.5. Beautiful.
That one has worked in front of point. This might run away down for 4, as it does. Good shot there, as it picks up the boundary at the end of the over.
Dave, I really, really have to point this out, and this is really, really exciting and good to see. A youngster like Roger Kumar batting with Jason Smith. The opportunity to do something like that doesn't come often. He can learn so much from a senior player, a player who plays for SAA. Jason Smith batting with a youngster, a schoolboy, in this tournament, something that he will cherish and obviously remember for a long period of time, playing at KZN's home of cricket, Kingsmead Cricket Stadium, Hollywood Bets, and these are the moments that we look for, in this tournament, and he can obviously ensure that Jason and him can try get their team to cross the line, and in crossing the line can really, really, build memories for a youngster like him.
I think that's what this whole tournament is about. Rubbing shoulders with the professional players, learning, gaining their experience, and obviously sitting in the same change room as them. The conversations you can have with them there about the game, how you go about things, what do you do to be where you are, and in match situations like this, how do we close down the innings? How do we make sure we get over the line? Jason Smith smacks it and 6 runs.
And that is
should
the
be
game.
end of the game.
And that is the game. Jason Smith finishes the game. What a great innings by Jason Smith, led by example. A player who hasn't done so well in the tournament finishes off brilliantly for the team. The winning team, ETA Shields, beating the Crushers for the 3rd and 4th playoff in the Castle Mook Stowart T20 Bash. Dolphins cricket, really good to watch. Thank you very much, everyone, for viewing, and we're looking forward to the final starting at 6 o'clock. Please be tuned in, look and watch out, because that one's going to be a really exciting one. Surefire Lions versus the Hollywood Bets Hot Shots, and definitely one to look out for. Many runs have been scored, many wickets have been picked up, and we look forward to watching that later on tonight at 6 o'clock. Thank you for having us. Anything last words from you, Dev?
Great game here. ETA taking 3rd place. And I'm just looking forward to commentating on the final. We'll see you all then.